All right, if you were wondering why we had a hell of a day today, well, you came to the right place. I'm here to give you your market update, and let's get right into it. So, what I'm seeing for tomorrow's CPI update, I'm going to pull up the list right here. You guys can screenshot this. These are all the data events. This is coming from investing.com and their forecasts. So, for tomorrow's CPI, I believe, this is going to be a pretty rough CPI report, just because I think, I don't think having oil be cut by all these OPEC participating nations is going to cut into this month. I think it's going to cut into next month's CPI report. So, we probably won't see that reflect until next month. As far as now, I think, this CPI report, I'm thinking this forecast is way too on the heavy side. I think a forecast of 5.4 or higher is going to be our more realistic forecast, I believe. And then the next day we do have PPI, so be on the watch for that. I think we'll probably come out around 3.5 to 3.3, I believe, if anything. But that's pretty much my take for this week's data events. And of course, we got jobless claims. I think we'll come out pretty low on jobless claims. And for next 2 weeks, we'll have GDP, PC, and PMI. Anyways, so if we take a look at the levels, we can clearly see that we mounted at several levels since our last recordings together. And at these levels right now, I'm liking all these levels. Just right now, a retest of 404 does seem likely, possibly by tomorrow. If we get a volatile report, if the markets need to digest that CPI report come in tomorrow. If we also take a look at what Goldman Sachs is saying on what we get for our inflation data tomorrow, they are saying inflation data will shatter the stock market calm. Goldman partner warns. I think this is just fear, to be honest. I don't think we'll get. I mean, if we look at the charts, I don't really think we'll get something gnarly like a 2% drop. But let's just see. Most I think we'll get like a 1% drop. I don't think we'll touch probably the 400 level, just because, we've been holding here pretty steadily, and we've held strength here and consolidated. So if we do get a retest, that 404 level is looking like our retest, but if it starts breaking 404, you guys know what to do. I think 402 will be, the worst case scenario, but I really don't think it's going to touch 400. I think Goldman Sachs is just trying to scare us as investors, and, we are better than that. As of the trend line I've had for quite a while, it still hasn't broken. It's still going strong. This trend is still, pulling and chugging along. Until we get a break of 404, then the trend is going to be threatened. And I think, if we do get that tomorrow, then that will be very telling. But as of that, I think for this week, we might actually aim for that 417, crazy enough. I think we're leaning pretty bullish. Even with these, pretty heavy forecast, I think even with the numbers, even if we're down on inflation and PPI, I still think the market's going to possibly rally. Don't quote me, but, I think this is setting up for something very bullish. I think they probably will drop it and then send us up to 417 by the end of the week. Possibly, we could get that. I can see that in the cards. I don't think they'll break us yet. I think May, we'll start to see more of a clearer picture. But as of now, I'm liking this 417 right here. by then this week. Same thing with the Qs. It broke out of that double top of this range, and it's going for that August high. So tech is leading everything right now, pretty much. DXY, sold off. That's good for stocks. Everyone's scared about the dollar losing its value. I think, I don't think, dollar's gonna lose its superiority, but with breaks forming and all that stuff, maybe something to look into. VIX is an interesting place. It could very much bounce here if we go to 404 tomorrow. So I am looking to either pick up calls on this, possibly, if it looks like it's primed to do so by tomorrow. So keep on the lookout for VIX. If we do get that pretty raunchy forecast. As far as the things I'm keeping my eyes on, TRK, SI, these stocks, keeping an eye on. TRK popped in the last week, so that's pretty good. SI popped a little bit today. I think we might see a little bit more of a pop if we can see some green in these markets, but that's the thing to look out for. So oil's been doing great since the cut. China's been doing great too. I think just with this their CPI report actually came in pretty low. So if that's any indication of the US markets, I think that'll bode well for us as well. So I don't think there's anything to fear with the CPI reports. But yeah, China's leading the way. If we take a look at memes are doing pretty flat and are doing pretty good. BBY, as of our last recording, it just died. It still hasn't consolidated like I'd want it to. Even with this consolidation we had here, it just fell through. It broke through, and we're now at 30-cent level. This is you could call this a penny stock, and throw some pennies in here and probably not risk much. The RSI is broken. I'm thinking if we can consolidate here for another month or so, we'll probably see a pop coming into maybe August or July, I believe. So keep your eyes out. So when this pops, it really does numbers. So you want to keep your eyes out on that. As far as AMC is concerned, AMC with the ape conversion boded well for that, for those names. Powerhouses, pretty red, even considering with the amount of green we had, with the drop-off we had at the end of day, didn't really bode well for any of the powerhouses except maybe Tesla. It's Tesla's still at that point of where it either is gonna go insanely up or down. So it's something to keep your eyes on. As far as Bitcoin, I told you guys Bitcoin was gonna hit 30K pretty soon, and we're now at these levels. I am expecting something to happen to Bitcoin. I am expecting it to either consolidate here, and then we see a pretty light break, maybe to 28,000. Once we consolidate here for a moment, whether we do really good on the markets, I think it's gonna reflect positively for Bitcoin. So I'm thinking we consolidate here for a bit, and then probably shoot up to around these ranges of 32,000, 31,000, and then probably have a gnarly pullback to 28 or 26, around that range. Maybe around this month or next month. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. And just, keep an eye out. I think these markets are in really bullish territory as of now. We're breaking ranges that were coming close to even last year's ranges. So this is very exciting. But yeah, just keep a lookout. Thanks for watching. See you guys.